We are talking about 10 steps to repurposing content with this simple strategy. This is something I talk about with a lot of my clients, and it really sort of helps them to know that any content that you create, you can reshare it across all platforms. And everyone sort of knows that at a general step, but not everyone actually goes through and does it. So today I'm going to be sharing those 10 steps on repurposing content. And the first step, you might guess, is to create a blog or video or podcast. I know this is obviously very basic, but oftentimes I'll get new clients who really aren't creating any sort of long form content, which is what I call blogs, videos, and podcasts. And for me, that's really the basis on which I create all my content across all platforms. And the reason why I do this is because I want to make it sort of super easy for myself and my marketing system and my team who helps me with all of this. By using sort of one thing, which for me is my blog, and then my blog will turn into a video and it will turn into a podcast. But you can just start with whatever it is you like to do. So if you're not creating regular content, and I call regular content that you put out about every week, every other week, if you're just getting started and the sound of it overwhelms you, every week is ideal because that's, of course, what's going to do really, really well on Google or YouTube or wherever it is that you're putting your content. But also it is a way for your potential clients to really understand that you have the skills necessary to help them and take them to that next step of being a client for you. So you start with this blog or video or podcast, and really you can write all kinds of blogs, right? You can write personal ones, all kinds of stuff like that. What I find the blogs that resonate the most, the blogs that get the most bang for my time are the ones that teaches something, so they're educational or they have actionable steps. And oftentimes people just want to sort of put information out there, which is great, but the actionable step is the thing that's going to actually potentially get you clients, right? You want to make sure that the content you're putting out is content that's going to resonate on Google or Pinterest or wherever it's going. And those tend to be actionable steps. Obviously, with places like Instagram, letting people get to know you, because whether they're on a website or they're on a YouTube or they're wherever they are, Pinterest, they will always go to Instagram to make sure you're a quote unquote real person and to see your quote unquote newest content. Of course, we know that's not always true, but that's what people do. They want to make sure that it's that you're a real person and that they can see you sort of live, whether it's with images, videos, what have you. So step number 2 is to create from that piece of content, again, going with the premise that we're doing it once a week, and you will create 3 to 5 social media posts from that blog post. And if you have 10 steps to XYZ, then you could do 3 tips, 3 tips, and 3 tips. Or if it's, a whole education on how to do something, you can break it up in 3 to 5 different posts that you can use on social media. And social media could be Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, you name it. That's what you could use it for. Step number 3, or tip number 3, is to create an idea pin for Pinterest. Idea pins are really, really resonating right now on Pinterest, kind of like Reels were super from the beginning. And Pinterest loves to serve those up. Those are the first things you're going to probably see in your feed. And so creating an idea pin is a good idea. And my clients tend to push back and say, oh my gosh, that takes so long. And of course, I have all kinds of tips and tricks to make that a shorter process. But in the end, that idea pin is going to turn into so many other pieces of content after I'm done telling you these tips, you might consider using it. So tip number 4 is to use the slides that you created for your idea pin, and you're going to resize it in Canva. You do have to have a professional membership with them to do that. I think it's $7.99 or $9.99 a month. But you're going to resize that to a carousel, because that carousels, beyond Reels, carousels do incredibly well on Instagram. Step number 5 is to create a video from that idea pin. So you have the idea pin in Canva. You're going to save it. First of all, you're going to make it, 2 to 3 seconds on each slide, depending on the content. If there's a lot of writing on there, you'll need a little bit more. If there's not a lot of writing, you'll need a little bit less. But you're going to create a video from those slides to pin on Pinterest as a video linking to your blog post or video or podcast, whatever it is. Then you're going to take that video and you're going to put it onto Instagram as a reel. That's step number 6. Step number 7 is to use that video on TikTok if you have a TikTok account. Step number 8 is to create 2 to 3 Instagram stories from the blog. And at the bottom of that, 2 to 3 stories that you create about that blog, say, link is in my bio for the most current blog. And in your bio, this is a side step, but I always go down these rabbit holes. For the link in your bio, it is really helpful if you create the link tree, if you will, on your website. It drives traffic to your website. It drives people to the place that you own. You don't own Linktree. And it enables you to update this content quickly as well, because on your website, you can just change a link. And on your website, you don't have to put on the link area where you put links, you don't have to put every single blog post. You can just put blog, because on Instagram stories, they literally live for 24 hours. And so when they go to the link in your bio, they're going to click on blog and they're going to see that post. Step number 9 is to use any of the above content that you have created, whether it's the carousel or the video or whatever, or the Instagram posts, and you're going to spread them all around LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, etc. You don't have to specifically only create for Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I will go out on a limb and say that Instagram obviously is one of the most popular places that our type of clients are going to go to. And so Facebook also resonates with the moms and everyone else, truly. But you don't have to create it specifically for Facebook. And step number 10 is to send an email to that blog post, sort of the key points, very quick, 1 or 2 paragraphs. You don't want a super long email, because if you're anything like me, you don't have time to read the billion emails from the content that people are sending you, even though it's valuable content. I'm a skimmer. And so you want to make this email that you're sending out once a week to your sort of email list to be really pretty skimmable. And for anybody that wants to read more, you could put a button that says, click here to read even more on my blog. And then for me, because my blog also turns into a video typically, I will add that video there too. So if people are readers, they're going to click on the button to read the blog. And if they're video people, especially with most email clients, you can put in your YouTube video in there, and then you're going to get traffic to that YouTube video as well. You also will find out, which I love, on my email list, the majority of my clients watch videos versus reading blogs. My blogging literally is for Google and for my stuff to pop up when someone's looking for me, for my content and wanting to work with me. But you want to make sure that you make it easy in that email, skimmable, quick, sort of a quick read for the top line thing, and then have that button that allows them to read more in there. So those are 10 tips, and I want to give you a bonus tip because I think this is something that my clients have found works really well. And so we do spend typically time on Instagram each day, whether we're doing stories or what have you, right? And so what I always say is if you do a sort of an insight search to see your top reels, IGTVs, or posts on your phone, if you go on there, you can share that content directly to Pinterest, and it drives more traffic to your Instagram. And the cool thing about this, for me anyway, is that, Instagram has a lifespan of about 24 to 72 hours, generally speaking. And we spend a lot of time creating content for Instagram. So if you have a post that does really well, or even a reel, right, that has, 8,000, 10,000, or even more, maybe it goes viral, whatever it is, you want to link it directly to Pinterest through Instagram so that it drives more traffic to Instagram, number one. But number two, you want to download that reel and you want to share it as a video also on Pinterest, maybe linking to your website. And the reason is because you'll have multiple different content that's on there going to different places. And ultimately, bottom line is it's driving more content or more traffic to all of your content. So I know I just sped through all of that, and these rooms are typically about 15 minutes to 30 minutes because I like these quick sort of short videos on Instagram and rooms on Clubhouse, especially if you don't have a lot of time. But I am available to take any questions that you have. I see on Instagram, someone put down, that's why I blog too. Yeah, we blog for the Google juice, right? I don't know. I mean, there are people, some of my clients love to blog. That's not me. That is definitely not me. It is painful for me to blog. I'll make a video all day long, but to blog is not super, super easy for me. And so it is really important. So how to move without pain on Instagram asked, how do you share directly to Pinterest from Instagram? So I actually have a reel and an Instagram video on my Instagram account that shares how to do that. Literally step by step how to do that. So definitely go there to check that out. But basically you're going to be, it's a little different in everyone's Instagram, but go check that out. And if you have any questions, definitely send me a DM. I'm happy to help you further. Now for my Clubhouse peeps, are there any questions on what I went over? Or if anyone has ideas on another way to repurpose content, definitely raise your hand and let me know. It looks like I've got Katie. So let me invite Katie up here and also Lisa. Let's see, Katie. So I'll go ahead and take Katie first because she was the first to raise her hand. Katie, go ahead and ask your question. I'm going to repeat it here on Instagram. And if you're rewatching this on Instagram, you can fast forward. Go ahead, Katie. What's your question or comment? Woo! Yeah, so there's a couple things that you can do with regards to TikTok. Pinterest doesn't necessarily like those TikTok logos that pop up. So my advice always is to download your TikTok video, and there's apps. I'm not familiar with them because I'm just now going to be dipping my toe into TikTok. But there's apps that can remove the TikTok logo that floats around. So you want to do that first. My advice always when you make a video is to download the video and then go ahead and upload it because sometimes it's harder to download. You can share it directly on there. I don't know if it will do as well, but it may, especially if it went viral on TikTok, it may be okay to go ahead and put it onto Pinterest. But I would also love if you could download it and remove that TikTok logo and then upload it. And you can either link to your TikTok bio, because they've already watched the video, right? And what they're doing when they click on it is they want to see more of those videos typically. So popping them into your profile on TikTok can be very successful. And the other thing that you can do is if they learn something and they're clicking on it, they may be clicking on it to find out how to work with you. And so you could also link it to your website. I think you'll find it more effective to link to your TikTok bio, but not everyone has TikTok still. So I personally would download it without the logo, link it to TikTok bio. Then I would go ahead and put the same video on a week or two later, and I would link it directly to your like blogs. Or if you have a really good optimized website that tells people instantly how they can work with you with buttons that says like, let's chat or something like that, you can link directly to the homepage of your website. But it does have to be like really fully optimized to be really effective. And congratulations, Katie. Going viral is not so easy on TikTok. At least I don't find it to be. Does that help? Oh, good. Okay, Lisa, did you have a comment or a tip or a question? Yeah. Yes. I failed to repeat what I said in the beginning, and that's totally my fault. I kind of get on this roll with giving information out. Yes, this is being recorded also on Instagram, so you'll be able to watch it on Instagram live in about 20 minutes after I end the room. Yay! So Lisa's saying that Katie's TikTok is incredibly cool. And Katie, what is your TikTok name so I can repeat it here on Instagram as well? Heart and Sola Creations. And she creates, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe she creates Sola wood designs. It's incredible work. So I imagine that her TikTok is probably really, really good. Thank you so much. And then Neva, hi, or Maya. So sorry, Maya. I have my Clubhouse way far away from me, so we don't get any feedback sound on Instagram Live. How are you? Did you have a comment or a question or anything? Yay, Maya is going to share with us the app that removes the TikTok logo off the videos so that you could also use it on Instagram without that TikTok logo, as well as Pinterest. And FYI, this just popped into my head, but if I had something that went viral like you did, Katie, or it's a video that I think delivers really good content, I'm going to include that also in my email once a week to my email list. That's going to drive more traffic to TikTok, and it's also going to give really good, solid information to your email list. And a lot of people with emails love to watch videos because they don't have time to go through all the writing, but watching the video is something that they would do. So Maya, what is the name of that app? Save Tock, T-O-K, I'm assuming. Okay. And Save Tick, which I believe is T-I-K also for TikTok. Ooh. So, Maya, do you have, if you don't, I'm going to recommend this content for your Instagram. I would make an Instagram reel with how to do this. So Maya is explaining that you can screen record the video before you, I guess, publish it is what I'm guessing. Again, I'm not a TikTok person, but I would love to share Maya's information on Instagram. Maya is Elise Creative Management. Is that correct, Maya? ELISE Creative Management on Instagram. And if you haven't already, would you be willing to create that content on there? Because I'm sure other people are wondering too. Everyone's starting to consider dipping their toe in TikTok, and that might be something good to share. Yay! Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for showing up and for asking questions. Oh, go ahead, Lisa. Snap. Okay, so Lisa's sharing another app that removes the logo, and it's called Snaptic. Okay. Oh, very, very cool. For anyone that does TikTok, on Instagram, that would be great content to share on your Instagram, because a lot of people, like myself, have no clue about this. It would be great to create a blog post on how to do this. And then from that blog post, like we just went over all these 10 steps, you can share this content to all your social media platforms. And I really think it will do very well, even though the content you're sharing is on Instagram, because a lot of people on Instagram, especially business folks, are considering or trying out or gonna get on TikTok. Right now, mine is all sort of personal with my daughter, but I definitely want to consider doing the business side of things too. So I'm excited. In fact, Lisa, you should be doing a room on TikTok on Clubhouse, FYI. Well, what you can do is you can invite Maya and some other people that like Katie, who did a viral video, and invite them to go ahead and do a room on Clubhouse about it. Because I am at that stage where I'm like watching all of this content to learn all of these tips and tricks to make it easier. Because my whole premise and the way that how I help people with my business is not just marketing and Pinterest, but it's really heavy on the repurposing. I want to make sure that we are not spending all our time on marketing, and yet marketing is the way that we get clients. So we need to spend as little time as possible in a very smart way to get the biggest bang for our time buck in terms of marketing, to get it out there all over the place. The biggest mistake people make with creating content is not sharing it everywhere and often. Share it all the time. Every month I will look at my top blog posts for the last month, and I will go ahead and again create new content to go on Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere, Pinterest, because the Google gods are telling me what people are searching for right now by way of my top blog posts. And then I'm sharing it all over again, all over everywhere on social media. All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it, and I hope that you all have a good day. I am here every Wednesday on Instagram Live and on Clubhouse, talking for 15 to 30 minutes all about different marketing tips to help you work smarter and not harder. Have a great day. Bye.